What's up, guys? Eric here from MajorLeagueTrading.com. In this video, we're going to break down the action from today and put some kind of idea around, hey, what does a plan look like coming into the day? And then how is it that we imagine and envision the market kind of, adapting to that plan one way or the other? Hey, does it actually do the thing in which would make sense in what we've written down? Or does it just kind of do its own thing, but then still provide an opportunity that allows us to get to the type of thing that we wanted to get to? Does that make any sense? So hopefully it does. But what I'm talking about here is coming into today, right? The way in which I'm trying to explain this here is create scenarios in your head as to which way and how this market should move from level to level, right? So we have a pretty extended daily chart here to the downside. We can see that down here in the bottom right corner, right? So when we've got an extended daily like that, we've got a nice green bar here on the daily chart coming into today, right? We don't know what this bar looks like. Here's what was written last night, right? So I'm coming in and I'm going, okay, these are the things in which we have. But let me go ahead and chart these levels and go, okay, what are some scenarios and how could I see this happen, right? So number one here is an open that's pretty unchanged tomorrow that can test 435.55s and hold into the close. If this happens, if this can happen, then it gives us room into 440.38 as a first target, right? So again, we got a little bit of a gap up here. More or less the unchanged part was talking about, hey, can we open above this level of 435.55s? Because that's going to be that's an important thing, right? We're showing some strength coming into that level, right? But now we want to actually see it pull back, tag that 435.55s, and then give us some sort of reason to go, hey, is this going to then hold into the close? Is it going to hold from here? And if it does, we got room into 440.38 as a first target. Now, that's a big target. I mean, we're talking a $5 move out of something like the SPY. That's a 50-point move in the S&Ps, right? There's a lot of potential to be had in that type of move, in a $5 type of move. Now, as you can see, that is the scenario in which, kind of plays out here today, where we are almost at the 440.38 targets here, and it would make sense that that probably gets tested, tomorrow, right? Now, the other scenario here was, hey, we lose 435.55s. It opens the door for us to make a move lower. And also, this can happen on Tuesday if we are to get scenario number one, right? So going into tomorrow, based on what we saw yesterday and starting to stack these scenarios in our favor, hey, if we get under 435.55s tomorrow, right, because we're kind of playing out scenario number one today, then we've got room down into 430.65s, right? 430.65s can trade. Now, here's the thing. If we do trade 430.65s, I'm going to be looking for longs from that level on a first test. Now, why would I be looking for longs here on a first test of that level? We're breaking the 435.55s there and then getting a $5 move to the downside, and we've already rallied up here. Wouldn't that be weak? We just made a $10 move, yada, yada, yada. Well, the reason on a first test, if it's going to hold, right, similar to the 435.55s from today, there's room all the way up into those 440.38s. Now, that level might change if we actually trade that first and then go lower, right, the 440.38s, which brings us into line number four. If we trade 440.38s, then on a rejection, right, we don't really get much through that, or we reject from 440.38s and get under 435.55s, I would be looking for some weakness and the potential for 430.65s to test from there, right? So every single one of these scenarios are based around the levels, and it's based on, hey, what would this sequence of events start to look like? No, I'm not restarting Windows right now. And how can they stack upon one another, and what is the most likely, what are these charts most likely to end up looking like here throughout the rest of this week, right? That's the idea, the game plan behind a Sunday, kind of right up here, a Sunday stock talk, as I call it. And we'll see now, right? So we have all of the things in line, and they've started to come together. 435.55 is holding, obviously. And then this allowed us to then take that and drill down and get some individual names that, hey, we can play this, right? So DE, on the other hand, had some weakness, right? So if we do need a weak name, DE is something that is, hey, on that list. And it is down today, right? Market had a nice move to the upside. This thing's down 1.57%. That's some weakness, right? BA also had some weakness, right? So BA coming into today was something that, hey, might have some weakness, but take a look at this. So on BA, we're looking and going, hey, we need to get under 225.46 first, but ideally we trade up over 227.31 first and then can break 225.46 later in the week with a market turn that we have yet to see, right? So here's a free trade idea for later in the week. If BA takes out 225.46s, which it tested today, right down here, you can see this, right? And for those of you in the mentorship that are watching this now, you know that that level is still valid based on the rules and criteria that we have, right? So under 225.46 one, 225.46, this trade is still valid coming into the rest of the week, right? And there's a couple of others in here, and then the asterisk on PA and W, which was the trade of the day here, and still holding some shares in this one actually as well, but it was looking at after hours earnings move on Friday, which is kind of weird. I don't really know that I can remember too many names that reported earnings after hours on Friday, but nonetheless, it happened, and it was getting a pretty decent move here to the upside. So in this, we had a 212 or 226.12, a 234.45, and then we had a 237.82 level in here that I added into the Discord this morning. I didn't think it was going to come into play today until this morning when I came through and we were up over the 234.45 levels here in the pre-market session, right? So I hadn't added that one into the write-up here, but anyways, if we get up over 234.45s, then it has room to move and will be a top watch here. And we were able to pick up shares here just in pre-market off this pullback to 234.45s when we started to bounce, coming right into the open on this one here. And we got fills just below the opening prints on the day there. So anyways, still going to continue to hold this one. I like it. I think it has room all the way up into 250 plus and potentially new all-time highs here coming from this one. So I'm not opposed to swinging these shares like I am currently doing at the moment here. So anyways, I just wanted to break that down for you guys and kind of walk through the mindset and what it is I was looking for and how I'm starting to see some of these things play out and just the accuracy and the levels and the game plans and things in which we are putting into place here. So anyways, that's what I got for you guys in this free video. Take care, hope it helps, and let me know in the comments below. Peace.